Chicken here, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be going over the latest for the chicken coop. We've been doing really well in the task force recently. As you can see, I got up on the screen here, we just hit 148 last night, which is our best ever leaderboard position, so super excited about that. So we are going to go ahead and get into a live operation attack, guys. I know this is something that I used to do all the time. I haven't done it in a while because I find that my live hits, they're never as good as my as when I play when I'm not like recording or whatever. So this is kind of an ugly conveyor to solo here, just because it doesn't have a ton of health. I mean, it's got I shouldn't have shown that. It's got 550 health. So I mean, if we get what 4 shots off with the Zookas, we should be fine. So I'm thinking as long as I can critter this, we should be fine. Because I don't think I'm gonna have enough shocks to to shock everything that I need to, because there's like 5 different locations and there's some mines that I gotta take out. So we're gonna see exactly how this goes, guys. Now I've been practicing with my Zookas a lot lately, but this has mostly been on player bases. I'm gonna boost the health just in case we have to hit a mine. So we'll go ahead and we'll do a little hashtag chicken scout here, guys, and just see exactly where the best position is going to need to be. So I'm thinking right off the bat that we're probably going to want to be on the right side, just because then we don't have to shock those mortars. I can probably eat a couple Doom Cannon hits for the sake of saving a shock, and then we can go what 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe critter here, and then should we? There's a lot of boom mines there that I'm kind of worried about. I think if we get the right path, we should be fine, honestly. Where are these mortars going to be? They're going to kind of be in play. I don't know, guys. This is going to be rough. I can already tell. We'll dive on in and just see how it goes here, guys. We'll see how this goes. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a barrage down right there. Because I want to save my critters for after, if that's going to be possible. And then what I can do, I'm going to flare up like this, a little bit past where I want them to actually walk. And then from here we can get the Zookas out nice like this without having to smoke while we're placing them, which is going to be a little less stressful as far as the attack goes. And then we can let the shock blaster hit us a little bit. Now we're going to need the smoke. And then once they get into that second smoke, then I'm going to bring them right up about there. Something like that, guys. Something like that. Alright, so we got the smokes down. We might trim the fat off the sides of the Zookas a little bit, but that should be okay. So here's where I was kind of unsure about, was how many of these boom mines were actually going to be okay to go ahead and tank. Because I don't want to lose a lot of them, obviously. Then we'll go ahead and flare like that. I don't want them to step onto those mines, which they are going to. Easy. The computer's going off. Okay. Alright, chicken. Alright, so we're going to critter, and then we're going to shock. Health get down. Can we do this, guys? Can we do this? This is a lot of mortars. That's what I was worried about. Guys. I'll throw another RD down. One more shock. Come on, Zooks. Come on. Boom. Conveyor goes down. Back. So, haven't done a live OP hit in a while. Wanted to do it just because it would be fun. Like I said, I've been probably not not apparent by that attack, but I have. Holy jeez, we're freaking disappearing here. What's going on, chicken? I have been practicing the Zookas a lot. Probably doesn't look like it. So let's go ahead and then we'll go over the rest of this operation. Kai's had some monster hits lately, so big shout out to Kai. Orbifold is probably the most fun base to hit on Foxtrot, because Orbifold gets extremely difficult from what I've seen. Obviously, I'm not an operations expert or anything, but this is just from what I've seen, guys. In the higher level OPs, you get like, see where these groups of rock launchers here and the shock launchers there, you get those like in a complete circle around the base, or you get like laser beams and mortars and stuff, and it's just to the point where you can't shock it. There's no way to shock everything, so it's kind of like you just have to, so it's fun to do it on Foxtrot because you can get it in certain groups, and it makes a super hard base become actually relatively I don't want to say easy, but I mean it's relatively straightforward compared to the more difficult layouts that you'll get in like Curtain Call, Dead End, up to Forlorn Hope, stuff like that, Massive Attack, and all those guys. So you see Kai gets up here. We'll slow it right down, and you see he's only going to need 2 shocks, is it? 2 shocks and all those, and 2 buckets of critters just to keep the cannons and everything busy. And then we'll put it into 1 speed there, so he's doing some pretty massive damage. Again, Foxtrot, no shield, you're gonna be able to plow through bases pretty well. Like if the attack that I just did was on a conveyor on a higher up base, there's no way I would have sold. Holy friggin', like flies and stuff going on. Like, okay, are we good, chicken? Are we? I don't know. Pay no attention to the alien chicken in the screen, guys. All right, so then we got Big Mac going in on Tarsier. Kind of a strange Tarsier today. Usually we get rocket launchers where these boom cannons are. There's not usually this many machine guns around the core. Usually it's sniper towers, I think. Especially down here, it's usually 5 sniper towers. So kind of an ugly, just like not necessarily a difficult one, but just kind of a weird one for sure. Just with the defense layouts and stuff. I find that happens a lot too when we get like standard bases on Foxtrot. We seem to more or less a lot of the time get just really strange defense layouts that are just like different that I'm not used to seeing. And I've been doing 10-man for a while, so I probably should know. So unfortunately, Big Mac missed the shock launcher there, so bit of a check and fail, but I mean, he did massive amount of damage. The next guy could probably come in with unboosted hookahs and then just barrage the core or whatever. Next up, we got Jimmy, and Jimmy has been he's been doing really well lately. So I definitely wanted to give a big shout out to Jimmer. Unfortunately, this attack didn't go to plan, but I mean, just with like, again, it's not an insanely hard base, but it's not super easy either. Kind of a quick charge kind of sucks because it's like if you make one little mistake in your flare pathing and like get touched by a flamethrower or a rocket or a machine gun, then the whole raid is basically done. Like you see right there, he steps out and then loses all those Zukas to the shock launcher and the shock lines and stuff. Like that just sucks because I mean once you get up here, it's like you kind of just let them fly out, and there's so much free GBE at the top that it's like I've done it before a million times. Like it's just super frustrating to have like one little stupid walk like that cost you the whole raid, and then you get up here and it's like, wow, like if I had 90 more Zukas, I would have absolutely plowed through this entire base. So we'll go ahead and 4 speed through this. He's just gonna farm up some GBE and probably take out those machine guns, I think, and that's probably gonna wrap it up for Jimmer's attack, guys. I guess I'll go ahead and I should have said it at the start, but the contest winner, he knows who he is. I've already given it out to him by now. But Hulk, congratulations! You won the last boom tube. And if you guys weren't able to get one this time, don't worry. Like I'm gonna do more giveaways in the future. Honestly, this was pretty tame for what I wanted to do. This was just something that was offered to me, so I jumped at it. I'm gonna be doing more fun stuff like as we grow. Like you stick with the chicken, guys, and we're gonna get some fun stuff going eventually. I'm just kind of handcuffed right now with my setup and everything due to where I am currently, but that should be changing within the next year or so. So definitely big things on the horizon, guys. I'm actually working on this really crazy video. I don't even want to say what it is yet because I haven't really put any permanent plans on it, but it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm hoping that you guys look forward to stuff like that coming to the chicken channel. Alright, so we got AFC Ace. Now AFC Ace was a guy that came over from the Angry Chickens task force, and all the intel earners for that one, I do appreciate the time that you put into that task force, but it looks like for the Crazy Turtle event, whenever that's going to be, is going to be in the Chicken versus Turtle task force, whatever he's got set up there. So it's just a 5-man right now because apparently that's better for intel or whatever. But if you guys want to join that and just dump some intel, then definitely go ahead and do that if there's space. It's only a 5-man, so I mean there's probably not going to be a whole ton of space available all the time. But wow, I'm surprised this guy actually made the same mistake as Jimmer here. Maybe he's just going to stay here. Oh, okay, he meant to do that. take out the shock launcher and stuff. So I guess he takes that out. He gets the shield gen on the way there, which was probably the plan. And then basically straightforward from here. I mean, he's got we don't usually get these many power cells on the Foxtrot quick charge. Usually it's about like right up to where that second gear cog is spinning at the top. Usually it's about right up there. We don't usually get the full space filled. I find it's actually more difficult when you get the full space field, because then you have to flare onto a power cell, which can be kind of tricky depending on where you are. If there's a rocket launcher in range or something like that, they can kind of fat walk their way up and maybe step out of the smoke or whatever, or just waste GBE getting there. So he goes ahead and finishes. Oh, he didn't finish that? Oh, that's too bad. 61 Zookas. Ace, come on now, what's going on there? Alright, then we got Bob too. We put Bob on blast the other day. I think he had a bad attack that we showed in the video, so I think Bob is, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Jim's alt account. So so big shout out to Jim on Bob 2 here. Jim and Bob. That's Jay and Bob or something. That's something, I don't know. Alright, so Bob goes in, finishes out, flares the core. Pretty straightforward. There's nothing really in range there. And then with the chicken, we actually just saw that one. I actually had a decent attack yesterday. Again, it's just Axiom Foxtrot. Like, don't shoot me. Like, I understand that these aren't like super difficult bases, but I mean, I thought it was an okay attack by chicken standards, I guess. So Axiom, I think Axiom is a solo as high up as you go. You basically just have to get to the back, and then this was kind of a crappy layout for Axiom for sure, but still only like 3 shocks, I think, 2 or 3 shocks. Yeah, because I didn't have to shock this rocket launcher. Was not in range. I went ahead and shocked those flamethrowers, but I don't think I actually needed to. And it actually gets really close at the end here, so this is actually pretty crazy. So you see right there, we're doing some pretty massive damage. I wasn't sure if I was going to need to shock again, but I had the GBE for it. And look at that, guys. Look at that. We like almost no health left on the Zookas. Like, if I had lost that, I would have been absolutely furious. Like, there was no reason to, because at that point, there's no need to get the shocks out that early, right? Like, I could have put it down halfway through the other one's expiry time, and I would have been fine regardless. So, we'll get Poinger in here, guys. We'll get Poinger in here. We got Poing going in on a more than half destroyed Quay here. All right, Mr. Poing, what do you have in store for us today? So Quay, again, not like a super hard base, but it can be annoying depending on the layout. Like, I find when we get layouts that look like this, that look easy because they're so spaced out, actually end up being harder just because it's harder to keep the Zookas in control unless you know exactly where you're flaring. When there's no defenses, because they just spread, right? Like, they just tend to spread out when there's nothing there. So we got Poing with the medkits for the Zookas, guys. Maybe we'll go ahead and, oh, it's Hammerman today. Nah, we don't need to do Hammerman. I'll do that later. So yeah, I guess that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. So make sure to let me know down in the comments how your task force is doing. What do you think we need to do to get up into the top 100? Because let's take a look at the task force stuff here. Who we got is number 50. What are these guys doing? Chinese guys, Choke Point, and Stronghold. So we'll probably have to move up to Stronghold at a bare minimum. We can definitely do Stronghold too. It's not even that hard in the intel. So let me know where you're at in your task forces, guys. Are you enjoying your the current operations you're doing? Let me know all that stuff down in the comments. That's gonna wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you find it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Chicken out.